this is kind of the thing that pissed me off about the AeroPress XL.
If you've been a fan of the AeroPress as I have, one of the only criticisms I've always had is that you cannot make a lot of coffee with it. If you're making coffee for more than one person, it's kind of a pain. You have to do it multiple times. So apparently the people at AeroPress listen. We have the AeroPress XL that I'm going to be reviewing today. Is this the godsend we've all been waiting for, or is this a turd? This is the AeroPress XL. Now, this guy comes in this massive box, and you get all of your AeroPress gear. You get your bottom filter, of course, now a massive kind of stir stick. You get your new filter pack, and these filters are bigger. I'll talk about that later. You get a scoop, a dosing scoop. And lastly, you get this massive AeroPress, which has a big plunger. So you get these two pieces, and you get a carafe to brew your coffee into. And this is super important. I'll talk about that soon too. First of all, I went to use a 1 liter recipe. So I put 70 grams in. 70 grams per liter is kind of how I like to make filter coffee a lot of time. So I was rocking with that recipe. Now, unfortunately, this XL seems to only hold around 600 milliliters of water if you're including coffee. I guess I use 70 grams of coffee, so you could probably squeak out 650, but beyond that, it's gonna be pretty hard to fit more water in this. So that's the upper limit, which is good for about 2 of these size cups. So that's totally fine. It's maybe a bit smaller than I would have liked, but that's all right. The actual brewing process was identical to an AeroPress. I just did a very traditional, simple method. I didn't do inverted or anything. If you guys like this, I'll make a short about doing the inverted with this thing. Did a normal method, seemed to work really well. The carafe is genius. This is so smart because obviously if you're brewing for multiple cups, you need something to brew it into before you serve it, whereas normally the AeroPress was just on top of your cup for a regular size AeroPress. So the carafe is a big upgrade, and it even has a nice little spout, and you don't get that infamous like AeroPress drip over, whereas if you've used the OG AeroPress, you know exactly what I'm talking about, where your cup kind of has a drip over. So you don't get that. So overall, I'd say if you want to make coffee in larger proportions with an AeroPress, this is a fantastic investment, especially if you're making it for 2 people or if you just want to have multiple cups. Now, the only downside, and this isn't even their fault, but this is kind of the thing that pissed me off about the AeroPress XL, is that I now need to buy another filter. I know, it seems like a small thing, right, Chris? Come on, really, you're gonna complain about the filters? What do you want them to do? I don't know what I wanted them to do, but I just feel like if you're like me, you have a bunch of coffee gadgets, it's like, how many filters do I need to have? I have Kalita filters, I have V60 filters, I have Chemex filters, I have AeroPress filters, now I have AeroPress XL filters. It's getting kind of ridiculous, you know? I don't know, could we standardize it? Anyways, that's my only beef with this thing. Otherwise, it's a great piece of equipment. And this is only a problem for me because I'm a lunatic and have a bunch of coffee stuff. If you're just buying a brewer for yourself, then you just have an AeroPress XL and one thing of filters. So, I don't know, maybe the filter thing isn't a big deal. But anyways, guys, thank you so much for watching. Like, comment, subscribe. And if you like this video, I've been reviewing other gear right here.